Awaken to hair growth. Awaken to hair growth because there is possibility to get your hair back. Awaken to hair growth because we're not told that we're able to conquer and overcome alopecia. Awaken to hair growth because I want to be a positive light and beacon for you because I've healed my alopecia and now I help others do the same with different types of alopecia, men, women, children of all ages, of all races and ethnicities. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And you?
I'm doing great. It's so good to put a name with a face. So great to do that.
Yes.
So many questions for you. I don't know where to start, but I think probably first and foremost, we should start with your story, with how alopecia happened, how long you've been dealing with it, you know, the trials and tribulations that you've had in Tasmania.
Yep.
Maybe seeing doctors, dermatologists, etc.
It started way back when I was 18. I was still in South Africa at that point in time. I think it was around where I had my spot. It's so long ago. I think I managed to get another one. And then we went to the doctor. The doctor said, okay, I need to refer you to the dermatologist. Right? Off we go to the dermatologist. And exactly like you say, the first thing they want to do the cortisone shots. So I did that, and the hair came back in the spots, then stopped. And from there on, depending on what time it was in my life, I've always had new spots coming, but they've always grown back. But it was really the clear, you know, nothing. There's nothing to it. The round spot where you can actually feel it. But like I say, they always came back. So I always just used to cover them. And hair eventually just started overall thinning. Mm-hmm. And I've used every pill, every shampoo, everything that you can find in a shop, online, on Google, doing whatever I can. And sometimes it would come back, but it's only short term. It comes back, and then, you know, it's not like I stop, but in a few months' time, it's almost like I go back again, exactly to where I was. But yes, the thinning really progressed. And I would say just before we left South Africa, I went to a dermatologist again because I thought, maybe science has changed. Maybe they have their own answer. Maybe, I don't know. There's been something happening in the medical field with alopecia, because the first thing they say is, sorry, we don't have a cure. Mm-hmm. And went back to a dermatologist, and again she said, okay, let's do a round of cortisone shots. So I did that probably 4 months, and then moved to Tasmania. I haven't been to any doctors here in Tasmania. I lie. I've been to a GP, because my husband said, let's see, maybe the doctors here in Tasmania know what's going on. Maybe they have something different. So I went to the GP. Of course, the first thing they say, yes, we have to refer you to a dermatologist. I did not bother going because I know exactly what's going to happen. It's all the same things. The only thing I've tried differently when I was here is minoxidil, is it? Regain, that foam thing. What freaked me out about it is exactly happened what they said. You lose hair first, and then it comes back. As soon as I start losing hair, it scares me. I don't like that. So I stopped that also. And also that gave me massive migraines and wow. Headaches. Yes. I only managed months in. I've always not suffered from headaches, but I work a lot in computer. I've been always in a very stressful job. So headaches, I've had them a lot in my life. And I've almost like grown used to it, but it went away for so many years. And I wrote it down to when I came to Tasmania, I did not work. So I didn't have my stressful job that I had back in South Africa. So I thought, okay, so the job's gone, the headache's gone. Great. And then all of a sudden, when I started using these things, and I only tracked it down a few months later, is the massive headaches, like literally just that it gave me. And as soon as I stopped using the phone, the headaches went away.
Wow.
Yes. So I hate those things. It's bad. I threw all of it away. I don't like it. Anyway, like I've said to you in my assessment, since we've been in Tasmania, something drastic has happened. So it might either be just the stress of moving here, it might be the trauma of packing up my whole life, leaving everything and everyone behind in South Africa and coming here. But since we've been in Tasmania, I've lost significant amount of hair. It doesn't look like it, but yeah, you can see. You can see this never used to be here. When I left South Africa, I would say it was like this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is coming. I can show you probably if you can see it, but yes, it's to the point where emotionally it drained me. And I said to my husband, it's coming to the point where I don't want to. And sorry, my hair is now up to date because I was physically doing stuff and I was sweating all over. But I don't want to wear my hair up anymore because I have all of these things that I don't like.
Yeah.
But it's also difficult. I can't wear my hair down because the spots are just getting too much to cover. So what I used is those hair fibers that you put on to cover some of the spots, and then a bit of hairspray on top of it just to keep it in there. But it's getting so difficult that it's almost, it was to the point where I said to him, I don't know. I'm probably close to making the decision. Do I shave my head off and get a wig, or what do I do? I've been following you, I think, since South Africa on Facebook, and finances were just always the issue for me. And as soon as you had the payment plan thing, I said to my husband, and this was just before in December, I said to him, I don't want anything for Christmas. You don't have to give me anything for my next birthday. I'm doing this program because I physically felt like this is my last shot. It's this or nothing, or I'm shaving my hair off. So yeah, that's how I got to that point. I've been very motivated, probably the most motivated I've been in my life to do anything with this program. We've all been on diets and stuff like that, and they come and they go, and I religiously followed everything to the T for these 8 weeks, and I'm very proud of myself because I've never been able to do that. I tend to give up, especially if you don't necessarily see, we are in a week or 2 weeks time, if there's nothing, then it's like, oh, it's not working, and I just kept telling myself, it's coming. And about 2 weeks ago, and I said to you about my brows, I color them in, so you can't see them. I have a photo that I took in the beginning of March and one that I took just about 2 weeks or a week ago, beginning of Feb versus about a week ago. And there's a massive difference. You can see the photos just like this. And I've been sending it. My husband came back from the gym and I'm like, dude, check it. Does it look different? And I sent it to my mother-in-law and I sent it to my friend. And I said, does it look different? And she's like, yes, there's definitely a difference. And then on Sunday, I don't know if everyone does that, but I was standing in front of the mirror doing my makeup, and I do this, and all of a sudden when I did this, I just saw all these light ones
coming through.
That's coming up here. Yes, like it's almost, I thought to myself, is it gray or is it blonde or what's going on? But it's new hair. You can see it. It's new hair coming through. So that obviously motivates me even more because it's possible. It's
100% possible for everybody. And you're just one more testimonial for this. And I love hearing your story because, it's in the deepest of darkest times where we force ourselves to push through. And you're doing that mentally, but then also, physically, emotionally and everything, because it does take all of you to move forward. And you're doing that. So I'm so happy and excited for you. Not only are you seeing results, but you will continue to do so, with consistency and commitment, because that's huge.
The thing that I said to my mother-in-law the other day when I said to her, I can see new hair. She's been, it sounds bad that I'm talking about my mother-in-law, but my mother-in-law is a lot younger than my mother. So we've always had a different kind of relationship. And she's always been, she reads up a lot about hair and medical and stuff like that. So she's always forever do this and drink this vitamin and do this and wash your hair with this and the coconut oils and all those things. She's mentioned all of those things. So she's been guiding me through this whole thing as well. So I've been speaking a lot to her. And I said to her, the pity about this whole thing is that I haven't been able to do this years ago. I could have saved myself so much emotional drain and pain. Just the last 4 years. It's to the point where I can tell you it had an impact on our family. It's just because you sometimes you want to, it feels like I'm losing my mind just because of it, because I don't understand why. And now I don't understand 100% just yet, but I'm starting to find out the parts of it. And obviously it's still like you said, and I said, it's not going to stop here. There's still a lot that probably I need to discover and need to find out, especially with the food. Only obviously starting to reintroduce now, so I don't even know what's waiting for me and what might be different. But yes, it's eye-opening. It really is, to think that it's that simple and you could have done it such a long time ago. It doesn't have anything to do with science evolving or anything. It's plain just how you live.
It is
basically what you eating, what you're doing, all of it. It's back to basics. That's what it is. It's back to basics.
Yeah. Any other changes besides the hair growth in your eyebrows and on your head? Any other changes that you've noticed within yourself, within your body? You mentioned that you lost weight.
I've lost, yes. Up until this morning, I'm probably like 13 kilograms down. So that's huge.
Are you happy about that?
I'm very happy about that, yes. Because I feel it's been consistent also. It's not like even though it went down quickly, but it's not a fad diet. I lost it because I'm eating healthy. That's why. Skin, I said to you, my skin, really, I probably get, if I see other people, 2 compliments a week on how good my skin looks. Physically, I just feel good. I don't know how to explain it. I feel healthy. My brain very clear. When I sit down to work, I focus. And probably in the family also, I just feel, even though I'm not limiting my daughter and my husband to the point where I'm eating what I'm eating, but there's definitely been a change in our house of how we're eating. So I think it has a follow-on effect on the family as well. And that's what we want. We want to teach our kids healthy ways. And it's not just because mommy doesn't have hair or mommy's trying to fix her hair. It's just because it's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel good. So yes. What else can I think of? I would say probably the other than the hair, the skin and the weight loss is probably the most extreme differegrowth that I've noticed.
Yeah, everyone says that within like the first 2-3 weeks, they see an amazing improvement in the skin, hair growth, maybe a little bit after. And then definitely for those who are holding on to a couple extra kilos, definitely they see weight loss. And then for those who are already very thin and slender, we work on how they can balance that out so they don't get thin. Which, the more you eat, this is what I love about the Hair and Heal program, is that you can eat as much as you want. There's nothing portion controlled, and you can eat until you're full and blue in the face. And it's so healthy for you that like the weight just sheds automatically, even though you've eaten so much.
Yep, that's correct. Yes. It's definitely a good thing. It's a value added benefit, I would say. But yes, very, very grateful that I was able to do this now once and for all. And, in the back of your mind, you probably always think to yourself, yes, it's my lifestyle. I need to make changes. But it's not probably until for me, seeing is believing for me. So it's not until you do something like this where you actually realize, oh, it really is. My husband has always asked me, that's very weird that I'm going to tell you now, but he's always asked me this question: would you rather be thin and have hair, or thin and have no hair, or overweight and have a lot of hair? And I said to him the other day, it's so weird because now I can get the combination of the two. And it doesn't have to be not nice. I can still go out and I can still. So yes, I think it's that wrapping your head around it that takes a while. And I think 8 weeks is a really good time frame for that, because it takes a while to get into a habit and into a routine. I don't have any regrets, nothing.
What would you say to somebody who's on the fence of starting the program, or on the fence of like maybe buying it or not buying it because they think that maybe it won't work for them?
No, because it does work, and do it now. Don't be like me and wait, 4 or 5 years. I could probably, if I've done this 4 or 5 years ago, my hair would probably have looked like yours by now. So why wait? Just do it now. It works. I see it. I feel it.
It does.
Yep.
I'm so happy for you. And I love how supportive your husband is, because that is nice. It's always a bonus, right? Because when your partner is involved, when your partner is there for you on so many levels. And, you know, my partner was also involved and definitely is very supportive too. And I think that this is important, because it is difficult. It is challenging.
It is
traumatizing. And, you know, as you've seen and as you've experienced, it doesn't get better. It doesn't matter how many things you try. It doesn't get better until you do the inner work.
No, it doesn't.
From the inside out.
I've tested them all. It doesn't. It doesn't. Ask, you name it, I've done it. So,
it's a beautiful thing. I'm so happy for you. I really am. I love seeing success stories. I love celebrating my clients, and yeah, but you followed everything. You're consistent. You're not tempted. You see the changes, and this is what it's all about. You know, if you want it, you'll get it.
It's exactly that, and that's why I said. But there's so much effort going into it, so just do it right from the first step. There's no use in going in half-heartedly. Then you're not going to get what you put in is what you get out, I feel. And because I was so desperate, I would say, and emotionally just over it, I threw everything I had into it.
There's nothing that satisfies me more than talking to somebody like you, or like any of my other clients who've seen the transformation, who've lived it, who can talk about it, and whose lives I've changed from the inside out. And as you know, it's a trickle down effect. It's not just the person, it's their work, it's their family, it's their relationships, it's their activities, how they show up in life. It's as a parent, you know, as a single person dating in the world, right? I mean, it's self-confidence, it's self-esteem. It's so many things that really having alopecia just kind of like covers everything. And so this is what I want. I want more transformation from people. And many times I have to remind myself, like, I can lead the horse to water, but I can't make it drink.
That's exactly what it is. Yes.
This is where I struggle as somebody doing this. Like, I want to save everybody, but I can't. And I want to help everybody. But at the same time, I can't say, oh, don't go to happy hour. You got to stay and do this.
Yes.
You know,
yes,
I'm not
unfortunately.
You know,
that's it. Yes, I understand that. And I would be able to tell anyone that exactly like that is, it's there. It's going to work. You just need to do it. Just do it. Just put your head down and just get to work. Just do it. It will come. But yes, everyone's not as patient or as diligent. And that I understand. Those are the ones that need the coaching. I'm wondering if people might get scared in the beginning because it's so much that you have to change. And, you know, changes cost money in the beginning. But really, it's not. It's not as financially difficult as what I thought it would be. You almost get into a groove of it.
Yeah. What I find a lot of times is that we as humans, we have a lot of limiting beliefs. Like, we can see somebody
else. That's exactly what it is. It's a reason. It's an excuse.
It's an excuse. We create our own stories, our own excuses of like, oh, that person regrew their hair, but it's not going to work for me. Or that person can do it because they have the money, but I can't do it. And the thing is, it's like, you always find a way. If you want something, you always find a way, you know? And so we can't live with our excuses, because then we just get to keep them. The same with our limitations. You just get to keep them. Nothing changes. But if you want to say, I'm going to find a way, and I'm going to make it happen. And I mean, my story, I was living off of my savings. For 3.5 years trying to figure this out. Like, I didn't have any extra income. I was seeing doctors out of pocket, paying full price, did not have insurance because I was in between Europe and the US. And it worked. I made this happen. Like, it was grassroots, made this happen. Time, sweat, dedication, consistency, and it worked. So I feel like, you know, when there's a will, there's a way. I've always said that. And it just depends how much grit you have and how much do you want it. Now it's just easy. Now it's like a manual. Follow this and do it. How easy is this?
Exactly. Yep.
The week one, once you purchase and then you come into the program, then everyone fills out intake forms and then you get that. I think for you, because we started in like November, December, and we weren't starting until January, you know, we started January 1st. So everyone started at the same time as you did. just because I didn't want to be looking at intake forms during the holidays.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
So then we started January 1st, and everyone, gets their shipments from where they can. And, for Tasmania, it's different. I have clients, in 60 different countries, and I know shipping is different for every country. So,
yes,
but this is the beauty to it, because even though your shipments came in later, you still saw the hair growth before the 8-week mark. And really, it's a lot sooner than 6 weeks or 5 weeks that you saw hair growth, because you started the supplements probably in week 3. And then, and then you're at week 8. So it was probably maybe like 3 or 4 weeks where you actually technically with supplements, you started to see the hair growth.
Yes.
So which puts that into perspective, that's huge. That's really huge. I mean, this is how quick the body wants to heal. Once we support it, once we understand what's good for us, for your situation, for you versus me versus somebody else.
That's right.
It's a beautiful
Thank you very
thing.
much.
I wish you the best, and I'm so happy to hear. Please keep me updated, because I know more hair growth is on the horizon. More is due to happen right now. So please keep me updated, and I look forward to hearing more progress reports from you.
Yes, I look forward to sending you photos of bushy hair.
Yes, I would love that. I would love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you, and good luck.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Alopecia Angel podcast, a positive light in healing alopecia. You can do this, and we can help. Spread the word that reversing alopecia is possible by telling your friends and family.